Your brain won't shut up. The hidden neuroscience of overthinking. A Meds Insight original story. You've probably felt it before, lying in bed, eyes wide open, heart quiet, but mind loud. Every mistake, every what if, every future worry replaying like an endless film in your head. You tell yourself to stop thinking, but your brain refuses. Welcome to the hidden neuroscience of overthinking, where biology meets emotion and silence becomes a battlefield. The unseen storm. Inside your skull, 86 billion neurons whisper, argue, and fire messages faster than lightning. Most of the time, they work in harmony, focusing, solving, remembering. But when life gets uncertain or stressful, something subtle shifts. Your brain's ancient alarm system, the amygdala, wakes up. It was designed millions of years ago to detect danger. Back then, danger meant a tiger in the bushes. Today, it's your boss's email, your exam tomorrow, your future plans. The amygdala doesn't know the difference. It only knows something feels wrong. So it sends a message to your hypothalamus, which triggers adrenaline and cortisol, the body's alarm chemicals. Your heart beats faster, your mind starts scanning for solutions. And suddenly, your thoughts are no longer calm, they're survival tactics. That's the birth of overthinking. The loop of survival. Overthinking feels mental, but it's deeply physical. Each what-if thought releases a spark of stress hormones. Those hormones activate the amygdala again, feeding the very cycle that created them. It's like revving a car engine that's already overheating. The more you think, the more anxious you feel. The more anxious you feel, the more you think. And here's the trick your brain plays. It convinces you that thinking more will bring clarity. But neurologically, it only deepens the noise. The brain circuit behind overthinking. Let's look inside. Your prefrontal cortex, right behind your forehead, is the logic center, the planner, the decision maker. Your amygdala, the emotional alarm, is more primitive. When they communicate properly, emotion and reason stay balanced. But during stress, the amygdala floods the prefrontal cortex with emergency signals. It's like an emotional hijack. The logical brain goes offline. You start replaying conversations, imagining disasters, and building scenarios that never happen. The default mode network, a set of brain regions active when you're not focused, also joins the party. It's responsible for self-reflection and imagination. But in overthinkers, this network becomes overactive. Instead of resting, the brain keeps simulating what-if universes, each more stressful than the last. When the brain refuses to rest. You try to sleep, but the brain keeps talking. Why? Because the neurotransmitters that calm the mind, GABA and serotonin, are now depleted by chronic stress. Your body is tired, but your neurons are still firing emergency signals. It's not weakness, it's chemistry. And here's something fascinating. MRI scans show that overthinkers have stronger connections between the prefrontal cortex and amygdala, meaning their emotional and logical centers are too tightly linked. It's like a phone line that never disconnects. That's why silence feels impossible. The science of letting go. Now, the good news. Overthinking is reversible because the brain is plastic. Neural pathways can change with habit, mindfulness, and rest. When you deliberately pause through breathing, journaling, prayer, or meditation, you activate the parasympathetic nervous system, the body's natural calm switch. Cortisol levels drop, blood flow returns to the prefrontal cortex, and suddenly, logic can breathe again. Your thoughts slow down, the noise begins to fade. Even something as simple as labeling your thought, "This is fear, this is worry," moves activity from the emotional brain to the rational one. It's called affect labeling, and it's scientifically proven to calm the amygdala. You're not suppressing thoughts, you're organizing them. The hidden cost of a busy mind. Overthinking doesn't just steal peace, it reshapes the brain. Chronic worriers show reduced gray matter in the prefrontal cortex and increased activity in the limbic system. It drains focus, kills creativity, and even affects digestion and immunity through the gut-brain axis. That's why people who overthink often feel fatigue, stomach issues, or brain fog. Their nervous system is never off duty. The brain that refuses to rest eventually burns itself out. Reclaiming silence. But you can retrain it, not by force, but by rhythm. Start with micro moments of quiet. When a storm of thoughts hits, ask, is this a problem I can solve now, or a fear I'm rehearsing? If it's unsolvable at this moment, release it. If it's solvable, write it down and let the paper hold the worry instead of your neurons. Movement helps too. Exercise increases brain-derived neurotrophic factor, BDNF, a growth chemical that literally rewires the circuits damaged by stress. And gratitude? It boosts dopamine and serotonin, natural antidotes to overthinking. The story of a restored mind. In a recent study, neuroscientists observed a patient named Clara, a 29-year-old nurse who couldn't sleep for weeks because of constant mental replay. Every night, her mind repeated the day's errors, her tone of voice with patients, even her grocery list. After practicing controlled breathing and daily journaling for 2 months, her brain scans revealed reduced amygdala activation and increased frontal regulation. She didn't stop thinking, she learned how to think differently. That's the real cure. The final thought. Overthinking isn't madness, it's a mind trying too hard to protect you. Your brain's only mission is survival. It just doesn't realize that the threat isn't outside anymore, it's inside your head. The goal isn't to silence the brain completely, it's to teach it peace. Because clarity doesn't come from more thoughts, it comes from space between them. Moral and call to action. So tonight, when your brain refuses to shut up, don't fight it. Understand it. Remind yourself, this is my brain keeping me safe, but right now, I am safe. Breathe. Let silence heal your neurons. And tomorrow, face life with a calmer mind and a sharper focus. Because sometimes the loudest thoughts are just echoes asking for peace. If you found this story insightful, remember to subscribe to Med's Insight, where medicine meets the human mind and science becomes a story worth listening to. Until next time, take care of your brain, because it's trying to take care of you.